So my neighbor rang me up and asked me if I could give him a hand with his 2010 JK, and being the neighborhood car guy, I figured it's the least I can do considering my neighbors all put up with me. So what we've got going on is the check engine light's coming on, the vehicle's going into D rate, and every time he clears the code, it comes back and goes back into D rate again. We're getting a P0404 code, which is an EGR position sensor fault. Now unfortunately, the EGR position sensor is built right into the EGR valve, which means today, we're swapping out an EGR valve. So let's get going. First thing we're gonna do is go ahead and get the vehicle up in the air and pull off the right front wheel. You can't do this with the wheel on just by cranking it all the way over to the left, but I got a hoist, so we're gonna take the wheel off and make life a little bit easier. And now we can go ahead and remove the clips on the inner fender liner. If you don't have a trim removal tool, I highly recommend picking one up. It makes quick work of these clips. If you try to use a screwdriver, there's a good chance you're gonna break them. And the fender liner should drop out. Now with that out of the way, we can now get our first look at the EGR valve. First we'll remove the two 8mm bolts on the pipe. I want to make sure that this thing is seated on here just in case these things get stuck. Then we can hop up into the engine bay and remove the EGR off of the intake. Now we don't have to do this, but I'm choosing to do it because I want to make sure that there's no carbon buildup inside that pipe, because I really don't want to have to go back in here and do it a second time. Then we'll get a 13mm to remove this double nut setup on the flange in the back here. The first nut holds this bracket in place which holds the fuel lines. I'm just going to pop it off to get it out of the way. And the second one will remove the stud that holds our line in place. Now we can pull that EGR tube out and make sure it's all clear. So with the tube off, we can actually have a look at it, and we can see that there's definitely some carbon buildup on it, but it's still open and seems to be flowing freely. I've just blown some compressed air through here, and I think we're good to go. So I'm just going to clean this up, and then we'll reinstall it after. So that's the before, and this is how it looks after we've cleaned it up. So it was definitely choked down quite a bit. Hopefully this is going to flow a little bit better now. And now we can move on to the two 10mm bolts holding on the valve itself. If you have something with a flex head on it, I highly recommend using it here. The second bolt we're not actually going to be able to see, so it's going to be completely by feel. If we reach up behind here, around, it's right about here. And now we can get to the plug. The plug has a lock on it, so you want to make sure that you slide the lock back out of the way before depressing the clip. Admittedly, this will probably be a lot easier for you because you won't be working around a camera. All right, so let's have a look at our new valve here. So this is the one that's going to be going in. You can see the bolts that we just removed, our upper bolt and our lower bolt. This is actually the orientation that we've been kind of looking at it and working on it from. But you can see that this upper bolt is kind of tucked in behind, and that's why having the swivel and swivel head ratchet, I should say, and socket makes it a little bit easier to remove that. So we're going to go ahead and put this back in, put the plug on first because we have nice access to it now. Then our upper bolt and our lower bolt are going to go in place next. Unfortunately, trying to get a torque wrench in there is going to be very, very difficult, so we're just going to have to do this by feel. Now, the kit that I got came with all new gaskets, which is very nice. We're going to go ahead and put these in. Make sure you put it in the correct direction because this actually is directional. So we're going to make sure that the larger side is facing out. Wow, this is annoying. Now let's back up into the engine bay to install our EGR pipe. Left to throw the wheel on, clear the code, and then take this thing for a test drive. If you found that helpful, maybe consider sending me a super thanks or hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.